Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for a rare Saturday night football game for Lynn Classical. Classical still a little bit upset they didn't make the postseason tournament. They are in a non-playoff berth. Marblehead was undefeated. They got upset by Drake last week at Marblehead, and they dropped down into the non-playoff berth. So in essence, they're just kind of playing out the string until Thanksgiving, which will be the big one. Marblehead will play Swampscott. Classical obviously will play English. Henry Jalbert will kick it off for Marblehead. Classical will get the ball first on a very cold night. The wind is blowing very strong. Could have an effect. Kick is away, picked up at the 8-yard line. Bono trying to turn the corner and gets maybe to the 20-yard line. He had to run a long way to pick up about 12 yards. They're going to put it down at the 20. Keith Ridley will be the quarterback. Come right out to the line of scrimmage and get set to go. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Quick out. Butler makes the catch. Nice little shift down the sideline to get him out of bounds near midfield. For one play of first down, Butler went over 1,000 yards receiving last year. And he's probably going to do it again this year. 29 yards on the first play. The 3 wideouts come to the near side this time. The handoff is to Marcus Tucker.
Number 5, Marcus Tucker on the carry.
Down to the Marblehead 43, 8 yards on the carry.
Marblehead 43.
2nd and 2. The quick out to Butler. Another nice little shift. He'll get the first down before he's knocked out. So 2 first downs in 3 plays. They needed 2, they got 4.
First down. It will be 1st and 10.
3 wideouts stayed to the near side. Tucker runs it straight ahead. They knock him down inside the 5. Straight ahead. Right to the goalpost.
For a big Ram game, take it down inside the 5 where it will be 1st and goal.
They put it down, we'll call it the 4. 35 yards on the play. They give it to Tucker again off the right side. In for the touchdown. Boy, they made that look easy.
And number 5, Marcus Tucker takes it in for a Rams touchdown. Touchdown carry number 5, Marcus Tucker.
Ridley throws it back the other way, incomplete. He was looking to go to his right side.
2-point conversions, no good. The score with 9:45 to go in the first quarter is Lynn Classical 6, Marblehead 0. The concession stand located underneath the Lynn Classical side of the field is open.
So Butler picks up 33 with 2 catches. Tucker picks up 39 with 2 runs. Actually picked up 47 with 3 runs. And Classical goes 80 yards in 5 plays. And they made it look very easy. Classical is 5-3. Marblehead is 7-1. Butler will kick it off. They always line up like they may be going to do an onside kick. I don't recognize Butler. Hasn't got that yellow shirt protruding under his game shirt. He's got everything tucked in. He usually stands out. Picked up at the 33-yard line and giving ground and going to get knocked back down. Good coverage. Mason Poisson had it at the 33. He tried to turn the corner. He wound up losing 5 yards back to the 28.
Ball brought to the 28. What will be first and 10, Marblehead.
Chris Galley is the quarterback. 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Motion now coming. They run it back to the near side. Good job defensively. Raymond Ramirez
Number 22, Tim Cronin on the carry.
with a nice defense. Looked like they're going to have a lot of room to run. They picked up 2 yards. They had everybody thinking they were going to the far side, and they turned around and ran Tim Cronin to the near side. Now nobody in the backfield with Galley. Caught and dropped.
Pass intended for number 22.
That was Cronin again, looking for the catch. He had it, couldn't hold on, took a big hit from Sequoia. And it will be 3rd down and 8. They double the wideouts to either side. Motion now coming. They run that play to the near side. This time they get a lot more room. And they're going to get a 1st down and a lot more. That's the play they ran before. Had everybody going to the far side, ran it to the near side, and only made 2 yards. Now they get all the way down to the classical 42.
Stop by number 2, Chase Warren.
28 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10. Ball at the Ram 42.
Galley throws it underneath, and the ball goes to the ground.
Pass complete to number 22, Tim Cronin. The ball was fumbled in.
They threw it to Cronin. They lose 2. They're lucky to get the ball back. 2nd down and 12. I don't know if Galley changed the play, but he went up to the line of scrimmage, talking to the line. Now we're going to get a timeout. It was, I don't know if it was miscommunication or what it was, but Galley went up to the line of scrimmage like he was going to change the play, came back, and they were on the verge of maybe getting a 5-yard penalty, so they called a 30-second timeout. Now they have double wideouts to either side. Motion to the near side. They fake it, and they pitch it back to the far side. Little razzle-dazzle again by Marblehead, Ryan Freiberger.
Carry number 16, Brian Freiberger.
Got it to the 33, a pickup of 11. 2nd down and a yard. 3rd down and a yard. Now they're calling it a 1st down. They gave him the 32. They picked up 6. Cronin did. 2nd and 4. Motion again to the near side. They give it to him coming to the near side. They wrap him up, but they throw him forward almost for a first down. That's Freiberger. And it is a first down. Down to the 21.
Freiberger on the carry. Brought down by number 44, Bobby Soroy. Play good for a Marblehead.
So first and 10 from the 21.
Ball at the Lynn Classical 21.
Again, the double wideouts to either side. And again, motion coming to the far side. The keep by Galley. Hit. Knocked down. I don't think they might have given him a yard. They give him the 20 for a yard. Ninth play of the drive coming up. Both teams go very quickly. 5 wideouts, 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Caught. They're not going to gain any yardage at all.
Pass complete to number 6, Mason Poisson.
Poisson with the catch.
Cameron Green and number 8, Raymond Ramirez.
At the 20-yard line, no gain. 3rd and 9. They get the call from the sideline. And then Galley will go up to the line of scrimmage and give the call to the lineman. Out in the flat, wide open, getting down to the 5-yard line.
Pass complete to number 3, Sean McCarthy.
Sean McCarthy with the catch.
Brought down by number 17, Cameron Green. Play good for a Marblehead first down. It will be first and
15
goal.
yards and a first down. First and goal from the 5. They fill the backfield now. They run it to the right side. They hit him just as he gets inside the 5, maybe to the 3. That's Cronin.
Number 22, Tim Cronin on the carry.
They give him
Brought
2
down by number 31, Albert.
to the 3.
Number 6, Subio Quintana.
2nd and goal from the 3. They run it off the right side. They get back to the line of scrimmage. Cameron Green with the hit.
Tim Cronin on the carry.
They gave him a yard to the 2. Over the middle. Caught. Brian Freiberger.
Pass complete to number 16, Ryan
Wide to the
Freiberger.
far side. Cut
Touchdown.
right to the middle to the goalpost. Galley hit him. And it's 6-6 on the 2-yard pass. 13 plays to go 72 yards. kick by Jalbert is good. And Marblehead grabs a 7-6 lead. Glasgow goes 80 in 5. Marblehead goes 72 in 13. And we've eaten 9 seconds over 7 minutes in this first period. And Glasgow will get it for the second time. They line drive it at the 14-yard line. Bono takes it straight upfield, gets hit. They don't take him down. He gets a few extra yards with second and third effort. He get hit about the 35. They're going to put the ball down at the 41. At the 41. So a nice return.
It was fielded by number 2,
Chase Bono.
14-yard line, take it up to the 41 where he stopped by
Tucker will be in the backfield with Ridley as they send 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ridley the quick out to Butler. Blockers out in front. He's got another first down. That's the way they started their first drive. Ridley to Butler for a first down.
Ridley's pass complete to number 4, Deshaun Butler on the Rams sideline.
To the Marblehead 44.
Stepped out at the 44. Play good for a Rams first down.
15 yards and a first down. Butler goes in motion now. Too much time. Glasgow moved, and up front somebody moved. So now it's going to be 1st and 15. They were waiting a long time. Butler finally went in motion, and when he went in motion, somebody flinched up at that line of scrimmage. It cost him 5 yards. Now Butler's by himself to the near side, 2 wideouts to the far side. Looking to go deep to Butler. They went too far. He got slowed down by a couple of defenders. They double teamed him.
Pass intended for number 4, Deshaun Butler, incomplete.
From the near side, he broke to the middle, went straight to the goalpost, and they had the free safety and one of the defensive backs making a sandwich out of Butler going downfield. So it'll be 2nd and 15. Tucker back to the 49-yard line, which was the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 15.
Number 5, Marcus Tucker on the carry. Will be 3rd and 15. Ball just inside midfield.
Butler again by himself to the near side, but he'll get double coverage. 3 wideouts to the far side. Ridley, they set up the screen, incomplete. It got picked off. Cronin picked up the loose ball. Watch this replay. It looked like it was incomplete. It got tipped, and he picked it up.
Ball spotted at the Marblehead 47, where it will be 1st and 10.
So Marblehead gets pretty good field position at their 47-yard line. Actually, very good field position. Classical's turned aside. That 5-yard penalty hurt. Marblehead back at it. Motion to the far side. Galley wide open on the down in the near flat. Cronin down to about the 20-yard line. Perfect play call. They had motion going to the far side. Great look by Galley looking that way. 31 yards and a first down. And then he went to Cronin on the back side, the near side, and he had clear sailing till he finally got knocked out of bounds at the 22. Actually get to the 17. Over the middle, it got tipped at the line of scrimmage. So 36 yards on that pass play. And we got a timeout called by Classical. Classical went right down the field, 80 yards, made it look easy. Marblehead did the same. It took them 13 plays, but they mixed it up, running and throwing. And they've come up with a couple of little wrinkles that I'm sure Classical has not seen. That last play to Cronin, picture perfect call. They had motion from the wideout going from the near side to the far side. Galley looked like he was going to throw it that way. Turned around, came back to Cronin on the near side. He was all by himself. 36 yards later, they were at the 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Double wideouts to either side on 2nd and 10. Now motion again. They fake going to the near side. They give it to the receiver coming to the far side, and that's Ryan Harris. You have to stay wide awake against this Marblehead team. They got all kinds of variations. They gave him the 15 for a pickup of 2.
With 15, Ryan Harris on the carry. Stopped by number 2, Chase Bordeaux.
Third and 8. Rolling. They send it back to the near side. They'll be shy of the first down. Dennis Pierce wrapped up Cronin from behind. They get it down to the 9. They picked up 6. 4th down and 2. Will be under a minute when they snap it. Quarterback keep. He got away from 1 and he runs it in the end zone. They had him for a loss. They had him. They would have got the ball back. He slipped away from the tackle and he ran it in.
9 yards around the left end for a Marblehead touchdown.
"53 yards in 5 plays. 36 of them picked up on that pass play by Cronin. Actually, 42 picked on the 2 passes to Cronin. And the kick by Jalbert is good. So Marblehead is scoring on both their possessions. "54 seconds left. Marblehead easily over 100 yards on their 2 possessions. Most of the work being done by Cronin. He's run for 48 of their 68. He's caught 42 of their 57 yards passing. Bono again, wrapped up, breaks loose. Flag coming in. That might be a face mask. He gave up a few yards trying to get around the corner. They look like they grabbed him up around the face mask. We'll see what the call is. They're pointing towards Marblehead. Personal foul, face mask against Marblehead. So the ball at the 26. Marblehead will get penalized. And Glasgow will get good field position at the 41. So he pick up a first down by way of the penalty. Three wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. You give it to Tucker. He makes it to the 45 for a pickup of 4.
Number 5, Marcus Tucker on the carry. Brought down by number 33, Eric Thayer.
And this, unless it's a very incomplete pass very quickly, this will be the last play of the period. And it is a very quick incomplete pass. They try to get it over to the far side to Ramirez. So 3rd and 6. Marblehead bouncing all over the place. Ridley looking. Tipped and picked off at the 35-yard line. He had Ramirez, overthrew him. It got tipped by Marblehead, and it got picked off.
Pass was deflected and intercepted by number 26, Dylan Clocker.
Dylan Clocker picked it off. And that was the last play of the period. Well, Glasgow turned it over twice. Their last 2 possessions. That was Clocker making a nice diving grab at the Marblehead 36. So Marblehead will have it. They'll try to make it 3 for 3 possessions and touchdowns. First and 10 at their own 36. Trying to turn their second turnover into another touchdown. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Motion now. They run it off the right side. That's Cronin again. We'll call it the 39 and give him 3. Second down and 7. Cronin again with a big hole off the right side into classical territory. To the classical 45. 16 yards and a first down. Marblehead on the move again. Now they send double wideouts to either side. Marblehead getting signals, holding up boards and flashing signs like baseball. They hit him in the backfield and knock him down. Back to the 47 for loss of 2.
Carry was stopped by number 44, Bobby Soroyce. Number 16, Nick Medeiros.
2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Over the middle, caught for a first down. Jack McGrath.
24, Jack McGrath. Brought down by Chase Bono. Play good for a Marblehead. First down. It will be.
They needed 12. They got 12.
Classical 35.
Little slant. Just Sean McCarthy was out to the near side. Just took a couple of steps towards the middle.
Number 3, Sean McCarthy.
I'm going to call it the 33 and give them 2. I'm going to call it 2nd and 8. They didn't quite get to the 32. Again, they double the wideouts to either side. Cronin runs straight ahead. That's a flag. That's going to be a face mask.
Number 22, Tim Cronin up the middle for the
They give him the 30 for 3.
Face mask.
And Clausel's going to get penalized for the face mask. Down to the 15-yard line. First and 10 from the 15. Marblehead on the move again. Off the right side, looking for the end zone. Going to come up just shy. That's Devin Romaine. They'll have it first and goal at the 2. He picked up 13.
Devin Romaine on the carry. Taken down to inside the 2 where it will be first and goal.
Marblehead making it look easy, using a few players, especially receiving. Banging in off the right side is Cronin.
Number 22, Tim Cronin takes it in 2 yards for a Marblehead touchdown.
He's got 70 yards rushing, and we got 7:50 left in the second period. So like 64 yards, but 15 of them with that face mask penalty. Kick is no good. So it's 20-6. Marblehead will kick it off again. 64 yards, 8 plays. They've taken advantage of their last 2 drives, starting with an interception. The last one, an interception. The one before that, a fumble. So turnover's the difference. And he'll kick it off again. Henry Jalbert will get to use that right foot again. At the 18-yard line. Bono turns the corner and gets ridden out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Kick was fielded by Chase Bono at his 15-yard line, taking him to around the 30.
They're going to put it at the 33-yard line.
Stop by number 31, Devin Temple.
Pascal has to get going a little bit. They're down 2 scores, and Marblehead's going to get the ball to start the second half, so everything going the magician's ways right now. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Tucker runs straight ahead and gets across the 40-yard line. Give him the 42 for 9.
Marcus Tucker on the carry. Sean McCarthy on the stop.
Quick out to Sequoia. He's got a step. He's gone. They're not going to catch him. Broke 1 tackle and set sail for the end zone. He's in for 6. 67 yards in 2 plays, and Classical's back in it. There's the replay. You see him just running. He slipped between 2 defenders, and then it was just nobody going to be within 30 yards of him. .58 yards on the pass. Ridley's gone over 100 yards. Pass incomplete for the conversion. So they're still within 1 score. But it's a score with a 2-point conversion. They've got to do something to stop the Marblehead offense. Glasgow will kick it off. So they scored very quickly. It took them 42 seconds after the kickoff. 2 plays. Tucker picked up 9, and then the 58-yard pass play. Ridley has passed for over 100 yards. Marblehead has run for over 100 yards. .166 for Classical, 174 for Marblehead, but those 2 turnovers were a major difference. And of course the 15-yard penalty against Classical helped him out as well. Butler kicks that ground ball. They fall on it. Nick Kahns fell on it. Let's see if they put it. They're going to put it at the 39-yard line. They come right up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Motion coming to the near side. They fake it. Galley did a nice job. Cronin drew some attention while Galley ran it across the 45. He picked up 7. 2nd and 3. Don't give Classical any rest. They're ready to go. Yeah, two guys going in motion. That flag, just as I say that, they throw the flag. Ball is dropped.
Pass intended to number 15, Ryan Harris, incomplete. Flag on the play.
Yeah, two guys going in motion at the same time. Do they want to make it 3rd and 3, or they want to make it 2nd and 8? They're going to move it back to the 41. They look long downfield, just slightly ahead of the intended receiver.
Galley's pass intended
Zach
for number 6,
Christopher.
Mason Boyson, incomplete. Chase Bourne on coverage.
Just a little far out in front. And it'll be 3rd down and 8. They hit Galley and they dropped it. He hit Ryan Harris right on the number. He took 2 steps trying to run with it before he caught it. And Marblehead will kick it away. So Classical's defense shuts them down for the first time. The streak ends at 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. And Marblehead will punt it for the first time. High shot kick. Takes a little bit of a Classical bounce. They're going to knock it down at the 45-yard line. So Classical's got pretty good field position. Not quite halfway through this second period. Classical comes right up to the line of scrimmage. Both teams don't hesitate to get going. Tucker with the carry, gets some room. Marblehead says they have the football. And the official says they have the football. Well, Tucker picked up 9, but he lost the ball.
Rams football was recovered by Marblehead. Ball swatted at their 46, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Magicians.
3rd turnover by the Rams. Bouncing it to the right side. That's Cronin.
Number 22, Tim Cronin around the right end. Flag is a hold on the Magicians.
It's coming back. And it's going to be from the line of scrimmage. Back to the 36, so it's going to be 1st and 20 as we're just past the halfway mark of the second period. Marblehead leading it 20-12. 3 wide out to the near side, 1 to the far side. Running to the right side is Cronin, getting near the 40. Second and 16. Now they fill the backfield with Galley. 3 wideouts, 2 to the near side. Everybody splits and takes off. Now Galley's going to take off, giving away some room. He gets a nice block, and he picked up some yardage. Got a very nice block from Sean McCarthy. And instead of losing a lot of yardage, he picked up about 3. So 3rd and 13. Three wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Go over to the sideline for the call. Goes back and tells the lineman what the change is. The quick out, caught, hit and drop. I don't know if there's a flag or if somebody dropped something there, but there's a yellow handkerchief on the ground. I think it's against Marblehead. They got to the 48. I think holding, they're going to refuse it because they're going to have to kick the ball. They only picked up 5. So it's 4th and 8. Marblehead's going to have to kick it away. Well, Classical's defense helped out by that holding penalty. Helped out greatly by that holding penalty because Cronin had run for a first down. They run it straight ahead. I thought they were going to punt. Classical took the penalty. And they're probably going to go here.
Chris Galley on the carry. Ball box to 45. It will be 4th and 1.
Over the middle, incomplete. Don't know what the coverage. I'm not sure why they were throwing.
Number 24, Jack McGrath, incomplete.
They're looking for interference.
Still brought down.
Classical will take over at their own 45. They run the ball so well, I'm not sure. I don't understand why they threw the ball. But they gave a big break to the Rams. Classical, 3:14 left. Can get some momentum going in the locker room if they could do something here. Ridley with the keep, stays on his feet. Gets inside Marblehead territory to about the 48.
Little quarterback Keith Ridley up the middle. Brought to the Marblehead.
7 yards. 2nd and 3. Malcolm Best is in the backfield now. The quick out. Ramirez stays on his feet, gets pushed out of bounds after a first down. Just ran out of real estate. He was going pretty good.
Pass complete to number 8, Christopher on the Rams sideline.
12 yards and a first down.
15-8 down there, no flag on the play.
It's coming back. So they're only going to give him to midfield, I think, on the pass. And they mark it back to the 40. So give him 2 yards on the play. And then push him back to the 40. Caught for very short yardage.
Pass complete to number 8, Ramirez.
Ramirez made the catch for 3 yards. Second and 12. They go with 3 wideouts to the far side. Butler by himself to the near side. Ridley stepping up. He's in trouble. He finds Ramirez underneath. He's loose. Down just shy of the 20-yard line. Good job by Ridley. And a good job by Ramirez. Seeing as how he's in trouble, came back. They get it to the 22. "35 yards on the pass play. Ramirez came back to help. Ridley got himself out of difficulty, dumped it off, and they pick up 35 yards down to the 22. Quick out. They're going to get inside the 15, and that's Sequoia. They put it at the 14. They picked up 8. Second and 2. Looking for the end zone all by himself. He overthrew him. Aiden Dow was all alone by the telephone. There wasn't anybody within 20 yards of him. Put a little more air under that ball. He was all by himself. The wideouts had broken inside. He was the inside receiver. He broke to the outside. There was nobody there. 3rd and 2. You can't be any more all alone than that. Yeah, we're going to get a timeout call by Classical. They had 3 wideouts to the near side. Aiden Dow was almost a tight end. He was that far inside the 3 wideouts. The 2 outside him broke inside to the far side, took everybody with him. Dow went down into the right corner. He was all by himself, and Ridley would like to have that pass back. He'd like to have put a little more air under the ball. Classical trying to get on the board. Marblehead scored in their first 3 possessions. 2 of them set up by turnovers by the Rams. Classical has shut them down the last 2 times. They need 2 for a first down. Tucker is back in the backfield. And if I was Marblehead, I would be looking for number 5 on this play. They pitch it to Tucker. Working hard, gets himself near the 5-yard line for a first down. Classical takes the timeout Actually, the clock stopped for the first down. They gave him down to the 6 for 8 yards. Just over a minute left in this first half. Tucker, not quite, got to the 1. He's got 82 yards rushing. Clock is running, but they got plenty of time. From the 1. Ridley wound up with the football. He did the right thing. He threw it. He was going to get a loss. He tried to hit Butler. Last thing you want to do is take a loss there. It stops the clock with 40 seconds left. He missed the handoff. I don't think Ridley was supposed to have the football. He wound up with it. And he was about to get knocked down for a loss. Good heads up by Keith Ridley. Tried to hit Butler just inside the cone, but threw it into the turf. Ridley straight ahead into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the quarterback, number 11, Keith Ridley, takes it in for a Rams touchdown. Keith Ridley on the touchdown carry.
.55 yards in 10 plays, a big 35-yard pass play. Ridley to Ramirez. Classical obviously will go for 2 here. Classical takes the timeout. So Classical takes away a little bit of that momentum that Marblehead had, leading at one time 20-6. A big 58-yard pass play, Ridley to Sequoia, got it 20-12. And a 35-yard pass play, Ramirez from Ridley set up this touchdown. 20-18, they'll look for 2 to try and tie it up. Either way, Classical's going to have some momentum going into the locker room, even with Marblehead getting the ball. Classical's going over 200 yards. And they shut down the conversion try.
Conversion's no good. The score with 36 seconds to go in the first half is Marblehead 20, Classical 18.
.36 ticks left on the clock. Classical's going over 200 yards, as has Marblehead. Can't get any closer. 2-point game. Marblehead has 215 yards. Classical has 214 yards. Kick the ground ball, it gets by everybody. They have to track it down inside the 15. Hit and dropped at about the 15. And it was number 15, Ryan Harris. Let's see what Marblehead does here. 85 yards away, 30 seconds. They get the ball to start the second half. They're leading by 2. You wouldn't think they would do anything out of the ordinary. They run it off the right side. And we got a flag on the play. Devin Romaine ran it. He got to the 20. He was on the ground. He was actually kicking back at somebody. I don't know if they're going to call it against Classical. They're going to call it against Marblehead. Romaine took exception of being knocked out of bounds. He ran it to the 20 and he turned around and kicked at somebody. And they're going to mark off 10 yards and put it at the 10. So, and was after the play was over, so it's 2nd and 15 with 17 ticks left. Glasgow's got 8 defensive players way off the ball. Linebackers are 5 or 6 yards off the ball. Defensive backs at 15, 20 yards away. I think Marblehead's going to take a knee here. And the clock was still running, so they didn't even run the play. So they just watched the clock run out. And we'll come to the end of the first half. So back and forth we go. Marblehead scored their first 3 possessions. They get up after Classical scored on their first possession. It was 20-6 Marblehead. Classical with a big 58-yard pass to Sequoia. And then they went 45 yards in 10 plays. Ridley going in from the 1. But they haven't got any conversions, and the conversions are the difference. It's Marblehead 20, Classical 18 at halftime. Butler gets his foot into it, and we're underway here in the second half. And Marblehead will return it across the 35, out to about the 37, 38-yard line. They mark it at the 37, and as usual, Marblehead right up to the line of scrimmage. Ryan Freiberger. The quick out to the 45, 8 yards.
Complete to number 16, Ryan Freiberger. Will be 2nd and 2 ball at the 45.
2nd and 2. The quick out, good defense. They saw that coming. Butler with the big hit.
Complete to number 15, Ryan Harris. He was immediately backed by number 4, Deshaun Butler.
Back to the 42, they lost 3. 3rd and 5 for the Magicians. Butler saw that coming as the ball got to the receiver. He knew they'd been better off dropping the ball. Motion coming. They started to come to the near side, take it back to the far side. They're going to be a couple of yards shy. Cronin with the carry. He picked up 3. Well, it's going to be 4th and a couple. I think they're going to kick it away. So Classical's defense has come up big the last couple. Cronin ran for 74 yards in the first half with a touchdown. Galley ran for 42 and a touchdown. Bono at the 18-yard line, up the sideline. We got a flag on the play. That's going to be against Classical. Galley ran for 42 and a touchdown. He was 8 for 14 for 76 yards and a touchdown. On the other side, Tucker ran for 82. Butler had 3 catches for 48. Sequoia had 2 catches for 66 and a touchdown. Ramirez had 3 catches for 40. Ridley was 8 for 11 for 154 yards and a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown. They're going to move it back to the 19. So from the 19, it'll be 1st and 10. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Marblehead leading by 2. They were leading 20-6. Classical made a big comeback. Here's Tucker with a burst of speed. Very quick to the line of scrimmage, gets across the 25. They give him the 26 for 7. They give it to him again, big hole. Gets through it quickly, stays in his feet, still fighting for extra yardage. Good 2nd, 3rd, and 4th efforts. That's going to put him over 100 yards.
Number 5, Marcus Tucker up the middle for the Rams.
17 yards.
Down by number 24, Jack McGrath.
Over 100 yards, Tucker. The quick out to Sequoia, gets a couple of blocks. He's got room, steps inside, stays in his feet, fighting for extra yardage. They can't get him down. They finally knock him down at about the 27.
Ridley's pass complete to number 22, Maurice Guerra. Brought down around the Marblehead 27 for a Ram 1st down.
At the 27. 26 yards and a 1st down. He's approaching 100 yards in receiving. This is Malcolm Best backing his way for good yardage. Down to the 21 for a pickup of 6. 2nd and 4.
Best on the carry.
Ridley with the keep. Off the left side, gets a 1st down. Good fake by Ridley.
And the quarterback, Keith Ridley.
Down to the 14, he picked up 7.
Down by number 33, Eric Faya. Ball spotted
1st and 10 from the 14.
1st and 10. Rams.
The quick out to Sequoia, who's going to get hit and drop for a loss. Back to the 17, they lost 3. Nowhere near the antenna receiver. That was Butler.
Pass intended for number 4, Deshaun Butler, incomplete.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. Butler was down, looking at right corner. Ridley threw it a long way away from Butler. And we're going to get a timeout. Classical wants to talk about it. Glasgow took the opening kickoff, went down and scored, missed the conversion. They led 6-0. Marblehead answered with 3 straight possessions, 3 straight touchdowns, built up a 20-6 lead. Glasgow's defense came on strong, shut them down, scored 2 touchdowns, one coming late. A big 58-yard pass to Sequoia for 1, and then a drive with Ridley going in from the 1. Cut it to 2 points at halftime. They shut Marblehead down on their opening possession. And now they've moved it from their 29 down to the 17-yard line. It was 1st and 10 at the 14. They completed a pass but lost 3 yards. The second pass was incomplete. So obviously in 4-down territory here. They double the wideouts to either side. Motion now with Dow. Ridley looking. Over the middle, caught for a touchdown. Ramirez. He made a big catch in the first half. He got loose. He went down, cut across, went by the goalpost, kept going toward the near corner. Ridley put it right on the money.
Touchdown pass for Keith Ridley to number 8, Raymond Ramirez.
17 yards. $71 yards in 8 plays. Obviously, they go for 2. And this is the big lineman. They've done this a couple of times with Dennis Pierce. He's run in a few. He didn't run that one in. Pascal's gone over 300 yards. Ridley's just shy of 200 yards passing. Ramirez has caught 4 passes for 57. Butler's caught 3 for 48. Sequeira has caught 4 for 89 yards. Kick is away, fielded and dropped. And barreling ahead to about the 40-yard line. And that's Cronin. They'll put it at the 40. And that's where Marblehead will put it in play. Not quite the halfway mark of this third period. Cronin trying to run straight ahead, gets a couple.
Number 22, Tim Cronin.
We'll call it the 42 and give him 2. 2nd and 8. They give it to the motion man coming to the near side. Can't turn the corner. Not going to get a lot. Claskell did a nice job not letting him get around the corner. Ryan Harris with the carry. Ran a long way to get 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. So a big play here for Marblehead. They don't want to give the ball right back to Claskell again. Nobody in the backfield with Galley. 5 wideouts. They make the catch, but they give up the first down. Now they're going to give him the 50-yard line. 50 is a first down. He took a step back to the 49, but they gave him the 50-yard line. They needed 6, they got 6. Looked like he was trying to make a play to get back and swing to the near side. They run off the right side of Marblehead with Cronin.
Again, Tim Cronin on the carry.
They give him 3.
Alberto Guerrero. The 3 will be 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 from the 47 of Glasgow. Galley, he ran right into Pierce. He was going to go off the left side, and he ran right into Big 54.
Chris Galley on the carry. He was met by number 54, Dennis Pierce, along with number 22, Maurice Aguirre.
They lost 4. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
It will be 3rd and 11. Ball at the Magician, 49.
Get the number of that truck. Galley will be in the backfield by himself. 5 wideouts. 3 of them to the near side. He's going to take off and run with it. He gets inside the 45. They give him the 43. They give him 8 yards. 4th and 3, and it looks like Marblehead's going to go.
It will be 4th and 3.
Will be under 3 minutes when they snap the football in the 3rd period. Flag on the play. Is this going to be illegal procedure against Marblehead? That means they're going to kick the ball away. They were going to go if they needed 3. High snap. Went back and got it, and booms a kick deep. It's going to go out of bounds. That's a nice play by Derek Testa. He had to go high in the air to get the ball so it didn't go over his head, and he blasted one deep. Glasgow's going to get pinned deep in their own end. I think they're going to put it at the 11-yard line. When they finally put it down, that's where it will be, at the 11-yard line. Well, Glasgow's defense has come up tough the last few times. Marblehead scored on their first 3 possessions. But they've missed now on their last 5. Tucker finds a hole, stays on his feet, gets near the 20-yard line. Boy, he's running hard. He came close to picking up a first down. He picked up a first down to the 21. He slips through again. He's going to get about 4. .120 yards rushing by Tucker, and we still have just about 2 minutes left in this 3rd period. Tucker off the right side, stays in his feet, dives forward for extra yardage and a first down.
Marcus Tucker for the first down.
Picked up 7 more.
Tackled by Jack McGrath.
Out to the 32.
Ball spotted at the 32.
3 wideouts come to the near side this time. High snap. They give it to Tucker. They're opening up big holes off that right side. Haskell's owning the line of scrimmage right now.
Minutes, Marcus Tucker ahead.
He got 9 more.
Gain of about 9. Stopped by Chris Galley.
Under a minute. They need a yard for a first down.
The 41.
Ridley looking to throw. Underneath. Catch is made by Sequoia. Another first down.
Ridley's pass complete to number 222, Maurice Sequoia.
9 yards and a first down.
Tackled by Jack McGrath. Marcus Tucker ahead for 3. Will be
That
second
should do it.
and ball at the 47.
Tucker picked up 3. They get 1 more play.
That's complete to number 5, Marcus Tucker. Brought down by number 3, Sean McCarthy.
They lose 2 to the 49.
That is the end of the third quarter. The score from Manningfield.
So they gained a yard.
Classical 24, Marblehead 20.
No, they lose 2 to the 47. To the 49, excuse me. And that'll be the last play. Tucker's got 137 yards rushing. Haskell on the move. They scored on their first possession, going 71 yards in 8 plays. Nice pass from Ridley to Raymond Ramirez. And that gave them their first lead of the ball game. They have it now. 3rd and 9 from the Marblehead 49. Best gets the carry, gets very little. They give me a yard to the 48. Ridley over the middle. Diving catch by Sequoia. What a great play. Big first down. What a great catch by Sequoia. And that's going to put him over 100 yards.
Pass complete to number 22, Maurice Sequoia. Very good for a Ram first down. It will be 1st and 10. Ball at the Magician 34.
14 yards. Well, Tucker's has run for over 100 as he picks up another yard or 2 here. Sequoia has made catches for over 100.
On the carry. Stopped by number 21, Derek Testa. Gain of 1. It will be
They give me a yard.
ball at the Marblehead 33.
2nd and 9. They're keeping the ball away from Marblehead. They've only run 9 plays in this second half so far. Tucker straight ahead, finds a hole, breaks a tackle, slips another tackle, and gets inside the 15. He's having himself a night.
Tucker down to the 14-yard line.
At the 14, he picked up 19 in the first down. He looked like he was going to get nailed.
1st and 10 Rams.
Eating up the clock, keeping it away from Marblehead. The quick out to Sequoia. Gets down near the 5.
Pass complete to Scarier on the Rams sideline. Brought down around the 6.
They put it at the 6 for 8 more. .120 yards receiving by Sequoia. Ridley straight ahead into the end zone for the touchdown, his second.
6 yards up the middle for a Rams touchdown. Keith Ridley, 6-yard run right up the middle.
A crisp 89-yard drive. In 13 plays. They don't get in for the conversion. Best came up short. But they've made it a 2-score game with 8:43 left. Ridley has passed for over 200 yards. He's run for 2. Passed for 2. Sequoia has 7 catches for 120 yards. Butler has 3 for 48. Ramirez has 4 for 57 and a touchdown. Sequoia has a touchdown with his catch as well. He has now run for 2. And Classical has gone over 400 yards of offense. 401 to be exact. Marblehead with 20 points and almost 300 yards as they fall on the ball at the 36. .239 yards of offense in 3 periods. Usually you think Marblehead would be coasting. Instead, they're down 10. This will be the first time Marblehead plays a Lynn team this year. They didn't play English or Classical. Almost picked off. Sequoia got a hand up and got a piece of that football. Almost picked it off. He saw the pass coming that side. He dropped back a yard or 2, and he got a hand on it and knocked it down, and we got a Marblehead player down. .839 left to play in this one. It didn't look good for Classical. They scored on their opening drive, but then they gave up 3 in a row. Marblehead went 3 for 3 possessions and touchdowns and built up a 20-6 lead. Since then, the defense of Classical has been immense, shutting Marblehead down and putting 24 points on the board. They got a big touchdown at the end of the half to get within 2 points. And they come out very quickly after shutting Marblehead down to get the touchdown to take the lead. And they've just scored to make it 2 possessions. Cronin battling for extra yardage. He's approaching 100 yards. He picked up 7. Third and 3. The quick out and hit and drop for a loss. And that was Bono. Back to the 41. They lost 2. And they're going to kick it away. We might have been in 4-down territory because it was 3rd and 3, but Bono made that big defensive play. They wound up losing 2 yards on the pass. And they're going to kick it away. At the 30-yard line. Bono will get bumped out of bounds just shy of the 40. They're going to put him out at the 38.
Kick was fielded by number 2, Chase Bono at his 30-yard line. He ran out of bounds about the 38, where it would be 1st and 10.
So if nothing else, Classville can shrink the game up here. If they put a couple of first downs together, they can make it very difficult for Marblehead. Down 2 scores with just over 7 minutes left in the game. Classville's going to take a 30-second timeout. Kind of strange. They call it a 30-second timeout, but there's nobody over talking to the coaching staff. I don't know if they thought they were going to on the verge of getting a 5-yard penalty. I don't know how that could happen with the turnaround. So we're going to get back to football. Straight ahead with Tucker. Across the 40 to the 41, he picked up 3. Well, if he ever broke off a big touchdown here, he could go 200 yards. He's at 160 yards. Ridley looking to throw. Long and deep. Butler is there. Off his fingertip. Just about a foot long. Ridley let it fly. Butler gave it a good effort. Just reached out and got a hand on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Ridley's pass intended for number 4, Deshaun Butler over the middle. Incomplete. Jack McGrath on coverage.
They were really looking to put this one away. 3rd and 7. Coming to the near side. Butler's going to be, I think he's got a first down. He came in motion from the far side.
Before Deshaun Butler on the right end.
An all-important spot. They've always started to move the stakes.
Hold that, first down.
They moved the stakes already. Now they have to put him back because the official, I think the official's saying he didn't make it. He's about a half a yard shy. So give him 6 on the play. It's going to be 4th down and less than a football. It's Bono with that. Just ran right over, around, and through people. That offensive line doing a job for Classical. Bono with that straight arm just ran right through people. He gets it down to the 32. He picked up 15 and a 1st down. And the important thing is the clock will be running. And it should be running. Oh, he went out of bounds, so it stopped. They give it to Bono again off the left side into the secondary. Gets inside the 20. His first 2 carries, he picked up 14 on that play and a 1st down. He's picked up 29 in 2 carries. The quick out to Sequoia. Down close to the 10. They put it at the 11 for a pickup of 7.
Ridley's pass complete to number 22, Maurice Sequeira. Tackled by number 15, Ryan Harris.
Yeah, we got a timeout called by Marblehead, which is not quite to the halfway mark of this period, and what a turn of events. Marblehead looked like they were coasting. They were mixing up plays. They scored the first 3 times they touched the ball after Classical had opened a 6-0 lead. It was 20-6, and then all of a sudden, Classical's defense shut the door on Marblehead. They haven't done a thing. They've only picked up 1 1st down since that last touchdown. Only 1 1st down since they led 20-6. What a turn of events for that defense, and the offensive line have opened up holes for Tucker and now for Bono. 2 carries, 29 yards, and has given Ridley plenty of time to throw the football, and Ridley has run for 2 scores. They fake it to Butler. They run Tucker inside the 10. They got that play from Marblehead. They give him the 9 for 2 more.
Marcus Tucker down to the 9. The 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. Ridley with the keep. Gets to about the 6. That'll be a 1st down.
Keith Ridley ahead for the 1st down. Ball spotted around the 5. It will be 1st and goal, Rams.
Straight ahead for the touchdown.
Marcus Tucker takes it ahead 5 yards for a Rams touchdown.
Tucker just walked in. They go for 2. They don't get in. The only negative is they haven't got any points after.
Conversion's no good. The score with 4:41 to go in the game is now Link Classical.
Tucker gets his second touchdown.
Excuse me, 36. Marblehead 20.
He's got 2. Ridley's got 2. Ridley has passed for 2. $234 yards rushing, 223 yards passing, 18 first downs. Glasgow's going to get the kick. They kicked it off a lineman. All of a sudden, they lined up for the kickoff. They drilled it off one of the linemen up front. Glasgow fell on the ball. They get it at their 48-yard line. Marblehead has run 3 plays in this fourth period. Here's Tucker ducking his head, maybe getting a yard. Quick out to Sequoia.
Pass complete to number 22, Marie Sequoia. It will be 3rd and 1. Ball at the 43.
They picked up 8 on the play. Ridley runs it shy of the 42. I think they may be going to measure this to see if they make the first down. No, I don't think they're going to give it to him. So call it no gain. They need a yard. They dropped the ball and Marblehead's going to pick it up. They had Ridley out, direct snap to Tucker. The snap went off him. And Marblehead will get the ball back. That's the 4th turnover for Glasgow. Cronin, did they give him the catch? The 2 officials are talking it over. I think one said no catch. The other one said catch, now they're saying incomplete. Second and 10. And we got a whistle before the play. You can't be asking for a TV replay. They were discussing it with the Marblehead coach. So they killed him. There was no flag or anything. I think they were just questioning the play. So now we're back to second and 10. Galley over the middle, underthrew the intended receiver. And that was Freiberger. It'll be a 3rd and 10. 5 plays run by Marblehead in this fourth period with 3:42 left. 3 of them for 0, 1 for -2. They had 1 run for 7 yards. So they've got 5 yards of offense in this fourth period. Galley underneath, hit right away. Nice defense by Ramirez. They hit Mark Paquette.
Galley's pass complete to number 34, Mark Paquette.
To the 47. They only picked up 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 8, and they're going to go 5 wideouts. They have to go. They're down 2 full scores. They get it outside. Another big hit out there. Cameron Green, he's been outstanding defensively. Classical will take over at their 44. So it's still 1 first down for Marblehead since that last touchdown. The defense has totally shut them down. And let's hope the big guy's going to be all right. That's Aiden Michaud. So Marblehead is going to lose 2 in a row. After winning 7 in a row, it looked like they were breezing going into the tournament, into the playoffs. And they lose their first game in the playoffs, and now they lose their first game in the non-playoff version. Ridley looking long and deep. He's got a man wide open. He overthrew him. Butler beat the defense again.
Butler incomplete. It will be 2nd and 10.
I'm not sure why Classical is throwing now. They're up 16. They can just run the clock out. Certainly shrink the game, leading by 2 full scores, 2 8-point touchdowns. Tucker gets hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Tucker on the carry, brought down by number 21.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 as we're under 3 minutes. What a game Tucker has had.
3rd and 10, ball at the Ram 44.
169 yards rushing. Deep by Ridley, straight ahead. They faked with Tucker. Ridley gets the first down.
And Keith Ridley ahead for the first down.
To the Marblehead 42.
Ball spotted at the Marblehead 42 where it
Ridley has been outstanding. Tucker straight ahead, breaks the tackle. He could have gone for 200 yards if he ran that in.
And number 5, Marcus Tucker ahead for a big Ram gain.
To the 17-yard line. 25 yards. He's at 194 yards rushing. Along with his 2 touchdowns. What a performance by Klasko. Not many people would have given him much of a chance, down 20-6 to a very good Marblehead team. And Marblehead was just running and passing all over Klasko. And after that spree by Marblehead, 3 touchdowns on 3 possessions, they only have 1 first down since then. Yeah, Klasko has run and thrown right by them. Ridley with the keep, turns the corner, stays inside, he walks in for the touchdown.
And keep Ridley in for the 17-yard Ram touchdown.
Polo runs in the conversion. And just like that, it's 44-20. 38 unanswered points by the Rams. $295 yards rushing. 231 yards passing. $526 yards of offense, 21 first downs, 38 straight points put up by the Rams. And they just stopped. Tucker cut that lead, that run to 25 yards, and he was 6 yards shy of 200 yards rushing. Sequoia has caught 8 passes for 135 yards. He's been the main receiver, obviously. Butler on the first drive caught 3 for 48. Ramirez had 3 for 40. Kick goes out of bounds. And that, I believe, is going to put it at the 30-yard line. So Marblehead is shell shock here. They were breezing at 20-4, 3 straight possessions, 3 straight touchdowns. They had their will against the Classical defense, and all of a sudden, Classical cut it to 2 at the end of the half. They had that momentum going in at halftime, and boy, it carried over the second half. Marblehead has 1 first down in the second half, and that's the only one they have after those first 3 touchdowns. Few fresh faces in there for the Rams. Marblehead's going to lose 2 in a row after going 7-0. Hit and dropped in the backfield. Cam Janik. They've got some fresh faces in. They lose back to the 32 for a loss of 2. Marblehead's going to try and run the clock out. Out to the 33.
Cam Janik on the carry.
Almost picked it off. Edgar Ramirez reaching for it, almost picked it. He got a fingertip on it. It'll bring up a 4th down, and there's no reason for Marblehead to kick it here with 45 ticks left. So Ridley with 3 touchdowns, Sequoia with a touchdown, Tucker with 2, Ramirez with 1. Ridley has passed for 231. Tucker ran for 194. Sequoia caught 8 passes for 135. Ramirez had 3 for 40. Butler had 3 for 48. And it stays the same way. Marblehead gets 1 first down in the second half. They only had 24 yards rushing in the second half. And all Classical has to do is take a knee, and they're going to pick up their 6th win. This is a very big win for Coach Vaughn and the Rams. .252 yards of offense for Marblehead. They had 221 at halftime. They had 10 yards of offense in the 4th period. .29 yards of offense for Marblehead in the second half. What a turn of events. After scoring on 3 straight possessions, the clock is going to run out, and Classical is going to get a huge win as they make it 2 in a row. They go to 6-3. And again, Tucker was immense, 194 yards rushing. Bono chipped in 29 with 2 carries. Sequoia, a big game, 8 catches for 135 yards. Marblehead came out on fire. They scored on their first 3 possessions. They led 20-4 after Classical, 20-6, after Classical had scored on their opening drive with Tucker going in from the 4. But then late in the period, a big 58-yard pass, first series in the second period, 58-yard pass to Sequoia made it 20-12. And then late in the second period, they went 55 yards in 10 plays. Ridley, his first of 3 from the 1-yard line, cut it to 20-18 at halftime. They come out. They went 71 yards in 8 plays on their first possession. A perfect bullet from Ridley to Ramirez in the end zone for the touchdown, 17 yards. They had their first lead of 24-20. Spilling over into the 4th period, they went 89 yards in 13 plays. Ridley from the 6 it was 30-20. They went 62 yards in 9 plays. Tucker getting his second in from the 6. And then Ridley went 17 yards at the tail end of the 4th period to make it 42-20. Bono ran the only 2 conversion of the day, making it 44-20. And again, Tucker, 194 yards rushing. Sequoia, 135 yards catching. Butler, 3 catches for 48. Ramirez, 3 catches for 40. Ridley passing for 231. Classical putting up 526 yards of offense. Ridley scores 3. Tucker scores 2. Ramirez and Sequoia each scored. Bono chipped in with a 2-point conversion. He had 2 carries for 29 yards. And Marblehead will lose after winning 7 in a row. They'll lose for the second time to go 7-2. Glasgow will make it 2 in a row as they go 6-3 now. Both teams will have to wait to see who their next opponent is. But Glasgow certainly playing very good football, getting ready for English on Thanksgiving Day as they overcome a 20-6 deficit. They put 24 points on the board. So they put 38 points on the board. They hold Marblehead to 20 yards and 1 first down in the second half, and he win it going away 44-20 after trailing 20-4. So we hope you enjoyed it. A big tip of the hat to our camera people who are out on the platforms outside. It is extremely cold, so we hope you enjoyed. They did a terrific job, and Classical will win it by a score of 44-20 to go to 6-3. Marblehead will drop to 7-2. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.